Hey guys, what we got here is a auxiliary radiator system from coolertowing.com, and what we're doing with it today is I am taking it over to a friend's house and we're going to throw it in his 2005 LLY Duramax. The reason we're doing that is these trucks are notorious for getting hot when you tow heavy in hot weather, and this is the fix for it. So stay tuned. Hopefully this video will be informative and helpful to all of those of you who want to do this install on your own.
This because I just changed the radiator.
Should be able to.
Yeah, there's a petcock right here, so
Yep.
I don't know.
It's really messy though.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out straight.
Let me go get my other bucket from the back. So we might be using an adjustable or something else here. Let's see what I got. Normal stock radiator is not going to have a drain petcock. You just have to pull the lower radiator hose. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There we go, that's all I need. Okay, watch out, there. Oh boy. Probably didn't want that much coming out, did we?
Yeah, it's hard to control because if I remember correctly, it goes straight out and hits about 3 things and just disperses everywhere.
Yep. Yeah. God, you'd almost be better pulling the radiator hose.
That gets equally as messy.
Yeah.
There's unfortunately the design of this. There's no way to get fluid out.
I was hoping that I could put a hose on it, but no.
No.
All right, I guess we can start taking the bumper off.
Yeah. First step's getting the bumper off. Pulling the grill out helps too.
I should take it off first. Yeah, it's a little more work. Best. Just move all the clips. Do you like professional tools? Right. I got a cool idea over here with the screwdriver and turning those. Me too.
You don't need to take that one. This doesn't go through the grate. If you just take these 4 out, this will pop out.
Oh, I know. I was just for access.
Oh, okay.
And for videoing.
All right.
Here we take the whole top off. Did you ever do that fuel rail plug in yours, Joe? Nope. I got one and I attempted it twice, and I never dealt with that on my Chevy. I know they make fuel rail plugs for the Dodges, but all of the spinners that I've talked to said don't do it. Okay. Well, maybe I just won't do it. I can send it back, but you can sell it? Yeah, that's true. It's around Facebook. Go ahead. Crazy. Try this one on this side? Yeah, you're going Our lighting probably not great for the video, but if you don't know how to take a grill off, you should be doing this. Sorry. Don't mind my side.
I think that's just those 4 bolts.
I think there's some on the outer edges of the bumper too, if I remember. Right, yeah, right there. So there's actually 6 bolts.
There's 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's one on each outer edge.
And that's going to be a 15 millimeter.
Okay.
It might be easier to do the outer bolts first.
Okay.
And then do the
Maybe you
inner
didn't
ones.
put it back.
Get up here.
I think they're a little less structural, but you have to be underneath the bumper to do it. So
Gotcha.
That way you don't risk having the bumper fall on you.
Yeah. That's a good idea. You don't worry about it.
The original one of these I designed didn't have a fan on it, and you could install it without pulling the radiator at all, or pull the bumper at all.
Oh,
You
nice.
just slid it up into place.
I like the idea of the fan. We had talked about that too, just for the extra cooling capacity. I mean, that's really what we're trying to get here.
Bumper's off.
Where do you use the cutoff wheel?
Let's set it over then.
Yeah, I was just saying that when you use the cutoff wheel, it creates a lot of slag and mess. You may want to do it out here.
Yeah. This is our next step, sir. Get this thing off.
Yeah, and then you pull this out.
Okay. Let's see here. Right there.
One.
I got extra ones too. Okay. Make a recommendation to have extra
Clips.
on hand.
I'm not gonna say so easy, but.
Splash guard's gonna need to come off.
Okay.
This thing.
Yep.
So what do we got?
There you think for 15s again?
Maybe 15.
Something.
Yep, 15s again.
Yeah. Yes.
Basically, where we're at now, so you can see where this is going to sit, just to kind of give you an idea.
Okay.
It's going to sit right about like that.
Okay. And that's what the bracket's for.
Yep. The lower bracket's going to come underneath. You got the motor mounts that go between these tabs and the holes right there. But before we try to put this up and mark the holes to drill,
Okay.
we actually have to have the bumper back on.
Okay.
We need to trim the bumper first.
Okay.
So,
All right. I need a magic marker to mark where we're gonna trim.
you can if you want. This usually,
You want to explain where you're going to trim?
yeah. So you just need to follow as close to these holes as possible without actually cutting into them,
Okay.
because it needs to go as far forward as we can get it.
Okay.
Probably gonna have to trim these little lips off right here
Okay.
because the radiator has to slide between them. Actually, if you want to go grab the radiator, we can see how well it fits.
Yeah.
These all seem to be a little bit different from truck to truck.
They just different design iterations from
For whatever reason, it just kind of works that way.
And it goes that way?
Yep. No, actually, it goes this way. It goes upside.
Ah.
See how snug that is?
Yep. So let's see where we're. Looks like it doesn't need any trimming on those.
On the sides.
on those.
Yeah.
So just make sure that when we do the trimming here, we go all the way to the edge of this so that it's wide enough. Oh, and we don't need these anymore. We're not going to be utilizing these anymore.
Okay.
So we're going to pop those out. But you can see, so that we're not rubbing, you're going to want to trim where we cut in.
Yep.
All the way to the edge of this bracket on either side.
Okay.
Pull it out.
So we're gonna go bracket to bracket.
Do you want to just use some tape to make a
Actually,
tape line to follow?
yeah, let me.
I brought some.
Okay.
Here, we'll wipe that off so the tape will stick to them.
Hopefully. Okay. Is that going to be close enough to those two center ones, or do we kind of need to? Okay.
Yeah. Tape line straight, the front of that radiator straight, so.
Okay. Yep, that'll work. And then I'll just go straight in on these. Okay.
So I would suggest popping those plastic clips out so they don't melt from the heat of the cutoff wheel. Yeah, because you're going to be cutting along here. The heat will melt these clips.
Okay. We can
Okay.
get those popped out.
So
You got a big clamp?
Yeah.
I would put a clamp from here underneath.
Okay. Yeah, I'll clamp it down here.
You sit down first.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Huh? I said that loud.
Here it goes. These, do they twist? Yeah, it looks like they twist.
Yeah, your centers
Yep.
will twist to that opening
Yep.
and then pinch. Oh wait, can they pinch?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's kind of pinch in there. Let me see.
She's nice.
Weird. Okay.
Right to the belt by how much
You have to put
Oh,
the
look
test jar.
what it has to happen. That front little clip
Oh, that has to pop
has
off.
to pop.
But then how do you get these little bastards out?
Squeeze them. No, you cannot.
I don't think they come out. Well, they do. Yeah.
A little mallet.
There you go.
The problem is yeah, there's not a whole lot of room to get that. There we go. Okay. Now only 3 more to go. This one's
Hold on, stand here. I just want to get my hands in it.
okay. There's 2.
That shroud is ridiculous.
That might give you a little more
Oh, that's
freedom
true.
to work.
Is that a 10 mil?
Yeah, and then we're gonna cut a hole here.
For
That's
airflow?
what gets air to the radiator, which is, I've gotten more questions on how to do that.
What's that?
How to cut a clean hole in the
Oh,
plastic.
that's easy.
A multi-tool?
Actually, box cutter, tape, and a 1/2-inch drill bit.
Yeah.
You drill the 4 corners, connect the edges of the corners with the tape, and just follow the tape line with a box cutter, and it looks factory. If you try to use anything, any kind of reciprocating tool, it melts the plastic and gives you a crappy edge.
Oh, that's what sandpaper's for.
Yeah, but a box cutter makes it perfectly clean.
That's true. You're not wrong. Me, in my haste,
And-
I would just get my multi-tool out and be like,
The only reason I know is because I did the first one with a Dremel,
Oh, yeah.
and
that'd
it
take
turned
forever.
into a big melted mess.
yeah, it would melt the crap out of it.
I did, like these, I cut with grinder.
Yeah. Then my buddy's like, "Why don't you just use a box cutter?" Because I'm an idiot.
Pull that one too.
Yeah, expo.
Then push it and I'll hold it back.
Turn right. Okay, I'm gonna get the top right off first. There it goes.
Hey, no, do a second one. So I gotta turn parallel? Yep.
It actually squeezes them a little bit too when you turn them. So. There it goes. Okay. And now. Right, you do this. We almost do this. This is important. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Get this in here. Well, no, I'm just trying to. Yeah.
I'll look at you. Work smarter than harder, they said.
Okay. There we go. This is where we won't use it. Get ready to cut.
Off so that we don't accidentally cut it while we're.
I think we're ready to.
Let's pop this out right here so that we don't accidentally cut through the back side of it.
That's a good idea. Thanks, Joe.
There you go.
All right, cool.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day.
Sounded like it dropped. You gotta
It
get
did. Yeah, now I gotta get the corner.
that corner and that corner.
Yep.
Guard's hitting this, or we can just take these off. Up to you.
I'll just pop
I'm gonna
that
go
guard
from
off.
the other side. she go. Now,
That'll slide back into place.
do we just leave these, or should we trim that off?
Oh, well, yeah, it'll push out of the way.
Oh,
or you
I
can
see.
cut it with a box cutter, but this is going to go
Yeah,
back
this is
down
going to
again,
come into
like
here.
that. Yep.
Okay,
You
perfect.
just got the weight of the bumper pushing
Okay.
it back.
Do I need to clean these edges up, you think, at all?
Um,
Maybe just a little file
I mean,
real quick? Or?
yeah. Nobody's going to see it, but you might cut your hand on it if you're not careful.
See, this is going to go
Around that way.
this way.
Yep, just like that.
We need to trim a little.
Off those ears.
There we
See.
are. Let's see, we're still hitting that.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, I need to trim those down.
Grind it.
So it's still hitting on that curve. Gonna grind that back a little.
So the problem with the overheating on these things is twofold. One of them is the radiator's not big enough, but two, the natural airflow is terrible on these
Is it?
because that splash guard that we took off
Yeah.
is the lowest profile point on the front of the truck. So anytime you change direction of airflow, you create high pressure.